Trevor Noah is a South African comedian, a radio host, a TV host. He took over as the host of The Daily Show in 2015 after Jon Stewart, born in South Africa to a black mother and a white European father during the apartheid era. And this is the whole story, guys. The story is not about how Trevor Noah became famous, but after reading the book, you will figure out how he became the person he is today. Born a Crime was published in 2016 and was named one of the bestsellers and one of the best books of the year by the New York Times. The story is actually about Trevor Noah's childhood, growing up during the apartheid era as a mixed-race son of a black mother and a white father. Apartheid, as Noah describes it, is the best racism, was a system or actually a regime of legislations that upheld segregationist policies against non-white citizens of South Africa. This means that interracial relations considered as a crime, a punishable crime up to 5 years. So they can't be a normal family. They can't go outside together, they can't walk together, and if they do, a colored woman had to come with them to pretend that she's the real mother, and Trevor's mother would walk after them as if she's the maid. Noah lived his life with his mother, away from his father who moved back to his country, and the whole story began when she decided on purpose to have him, knowing it is illegal and it is against the law to have a baby from a white man. In an interview with Farah, I remember Noah talking about this, saying that most people would have signed to protest government oppression, but my mother had me. Noah and his mother had a special bond, as he puts it, a Tom and Jerry relationship. She learned him to be curious, she learned him to ask, and to look for reasons. She raised him in a religious atmosphere where the Bible was as a friend and the church his journey. He loved it all, but not the long way from and to the church. Speaking of journey, I have to talk about this, guys. They used to have a second-hand car. It was broken most of the time and Noah hated it. He even blamed it for all the terrible things that happened with them. From the minibus incident when his mother had to throw him out of a moving car and jump after him, holding his baby brother Andrew. As he mentioned in the book, it is the reason my mother got married to the mechanic who became the husband, who became the stepfather, who became the man who tortured us for years and put a bullet in the back of my mother's head. Guys, sadly, our beloved sarcastic Trevor Noah had an extremely abusive stepfather. This book will not just educate you about South African tribes and languages, and most importantly, politics and history, because at the beginning of each chapter, Trevor includes some explanation to make it easier for you to understand, as he in the beginning, the Immorality Act, for example. You're also gonna get how hard is it to be black and how terrible is it to be judged by something you have no control of, like your color or your race. How life in the hood is, and how languages could break barriers between cultures and people. And guys, we should talk about this. It is a really essential and important part in Trevor Noah's life. Languages was Trevor's trick. Beside English and German, he speaks several African languages. He used it to adapt in school, to adapt in a prison when he was arrested with the Hulk, guys. You should read about this on. At the end, guys, Noah discovered that he's not the hero of his own story, but his mother is. A beautiful, powerful, smart, stubborn rebel, a badass as Oprah described her. What I like about this book that you will find the usual Noah's character within these pages. His humor, his charming language, guys. So I want to share some hilarious, worth mentioning moments. and you will miss a lot if you didn't read it from the book, guys. I will try to mention which pages. As a kid, Trevor Noah was a hyperactive naughty boy. He once burned his eyebrows and a bit of his hair. His hearing when he misheard the judge saying, "How are you?" instead of "Who are you?" And there is a funny conversation at the hospital when his mother told him to look at the bright side, saying that he's gonna be officially the best looking person in the family. But you will cry in this page, guys. So guys, I recommend you to read the book, and that's it for today. My first ever book review. I hope that you liked it.